Welcome back, Rare Coin Insider. In the world of American coin collecting, there are some coins that immediately attract attention because of their age, silver content, or historical significance, while others quietly sit in circulation for decades before collectors begin to notice hidden treasures among them. One such fascinating coin is the 1985 United States Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, this coin may appear to be an ordinary 25-cent piece that millions of Americans used every day for shopping, vending machines, parking meters, and countless everyday transactions. Yet beneath that familiar appearance lies a remarkable story involving American history, minting technology, rare errors, collector demand, and examples that have sold for far more than their face value. The Washington Quarter Series began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington, the first President of the United States. What was initially intended as a one-year commemorative issue became one of the longest-running coin series in American history. By 1985, the Washington Quarter had already been circulating for more than 50 years, becoming one of the most recognizable coins in the nation. The year 1985 marked an interesting period in United States coinage because the country was experiencing economic changes, advancements in minting technology, and increasing interest from coin collectors who were searching pocket change for valuable varieties. The 1985 quarter carries a face value of 25 cents, but many examples today are worth considerably more. While most circulated specimens are still common, certain high-grade examples, mint state coins, proof issues, and error varieties have become highly desirable among collectors. Some rare examples have achieved values reaching dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of dollars depending on condition and rarity. This is why many collectors carefully inspect every 1985 quarter they encounter. The coin features the iconic portrait of George Washington on the obverse, often called the head side of the coin. This design was created by sculptor John Flanagan, whose artistic interpretation of Washington became one of the most enduring images in American numismatic history. Washington faces left, displaying a calm and dignified appearance. Above his portrait appears the word, "Liberty," while the phrase, "In God We Trust," is positioned to the left. The year, 1985, is displayed beneath the portrait, clearly identifying the coin's date. The reverse side, commonly called the tail side, features a majestic eagle perched upon a bundle of arrows. Beneath the arrows are two olive branches symbolizing peace. This powerful imagery reflects the balance between military strength and peaceful intentions, themes that have long been associated with the United States. Around the upper edge of the reverse appears United States of America, while the denomination, quarter dollar, is displayed along the bottom. The national motto, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many one, is positioned above the eagle. One important detail collectors always examine is the mint mark. During 1985, Washington quarters were produced at multiple United States mint facilities. Coins struck in Philadelphia generally carried no mint mark at all. Quarters minted in Denver displayed a small D mint mark. Proof coins produced in San Francisco featured an S mint mark. Understanding these mint marks is crucial because different mints produce different quantities, and some varieties are more desirable than others. The weight of the 1985 Washington quarter is approximately 5.67 grams. This specification is important because collectors frequently use weight measurements to verify authenticity and identify potential mint errors. A coin weighing significantly more or less than expected could indicate a striking anomaly, wrong planchet error, or other unusual characteristic that might increase value dramatically. The composition of the 1985 quarter consists of a copper-nickel-clad structure. Specifically, the outer layers contain 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. This composition became standard after 1965, when rising silver prices forced the United States Mint to eliminate silver from circulating quarters. Although the 1985 quarter contains no silver, collectors remain interested because rarity and condition often matter more than precious metal content. When discussing coin symbols, many people refer to the denomination represented by the cent symbol or dollar sign. The quarter is associated with the dollar system of the United States, represented by the symbol $. Since a quarter equals 1/4 of a dollar, its face value can be written as 25 cents. While this seems straightforward, collectors know that market value and collectible value can be vastly different from face value. During 1985, the Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of quarters. The Denver Mint also struck hundreds of millions more. Such large production numbers explain why most examples remain common today. However, high mintage does not necessarily mean every coin is worthless. Condition plays an enormous role in determining value. Coins that escape circulation immediately after leaving the mint often preserve their original luster and sharp details, making them much more desirable than worn examples. Coin grading is one of the most important concepts in numismatics. A circulated 1985 quarter with visible wear may only be worth its face value or slightly more. However, a coin graded mint state 65, mint state 66, mint state 67, or higher can command substantial premiums. These grades indicate exceptional preservation, strong luster, minimal contact marks, and outstanding eye appeal. As grading standards become stricter at higher levels, surviving populations decrease dramatically, causing values to rise. Professional grading services have transformed the coin market by providing standardized assessments of condition. Collectors often submit outstanding 1985 quarters to certification companies in hopes of receiving elite grades. Even a single point difference on the grading scale can result in major price differences. This is why experienced collectors carefully examine strike quality, surface preservation, luster, and overall attractiveness before making purchasing decisions. One fascinating aspect of the 1985 quarter market is the importance of registry set competition. Registry collectors attempt to assemble the finest known examples of every date and mint combination in a series. These collectors frequently compete for top population coins, driving prices upward whenever exceptionally preserved examples appear at auction. As a result, certain 1985 quarters with elite grades have achieved values far beyond what casual collectors might expect. The San Francisco proof quarters from 1985 deserve special attention. Proof coins are not intended for circulation. Instead, they are specially manufactured using polished dies and carefully prepared planchets. This process produces mirror-like fields and frosted design elements, creating an attractive contrast that collectors admire. Many proof quarters survive in excellent condition because they were sold directly to collectors and stored carefully. Nevertheless, perfectly preserved examples can still command premiums. Another reason the 1985 quarter attracts interest is the possibility of mint errors. Error coins represent mistakes that occur during the manufacturing process. These errors can range from subtle abnormalities to dramatic visual differences that immediately catch the eye. Since errors are generally much scarcer than normal coins, they often command significant premiums in the marketplace. Collectors searching through rolls of quarters frequently hope to discover off-center strikes. These occur when the planchet is not properly aligned during striking. The result is a design that appears shifted toward one side, leaving a blank area on the opposite edge. Depending on severity and visibility of the date, off-center 1985 quarters can become highly collectible and valuable. Another popular category involves double strikes. A double-struck coin receives more than one impression from the dies, producing overlapping images that create a dramatic appearance. Such errors are among the most visually impressive mistakes produced by the minting process. When authenticated, these coins often attract strong collector interest. Clipped planchet errors are also noteworthy. These occur when a coin blank is improperly cut from the metal strip before striking. The finished coin displays a missing curved section along the edge. Because clipped planchets are genuine mint errors, collectors often pay substantial premiums depending on the size and appearance of the clip. The search for rare 1985 quarters continues today because valuable discoveries still emerge from old collections, bank rolls, estate holdings, and forgotten coin jars. Every year, collectors uncover previously unnoticed high-grade examples or unusual errors that generate excitement within the numismatic community. What appears to be an ordinary quarter could potentially be worth far more than 25 cents, making the hunt both educational and rewarding. As the story of the 1985 Washington quarter unfolds further, the true excitement begins when we examine the rarest error varieties, surprising auction sales, hidden characteristics that separate ordinary examples from valuable specimens, and the specific reasons some 1985 quarters have achieved remarkable prices in the collector market. As collectors continued studying the 1985 Washington quarter over the decades, certain examples began separating themselves from the enormous number of ordinary coins produced that year. While hundreds of millions were struck, only a tiny percentage survived in truly exceptional condition. This is where the difference between a common quarter and a valuable collectible becomes incredibly important. A quarter that spent years moving through cash registers, pockets, and vending machines usually shows wear on Washington's hair, cheek, and jawline, while the eagle on the reverse often loses detail in its feathers and wings. Such pieces remain common. However, coins preserved from the moment they left the mint can look almost exactly as they did on the day they were struck, and these are the examples that serious collectors pursue. One factor that greatly influences value is strike quality. Not every coin is struck with the same strength. Some 1985 quarters display exceptionally sharp details, especially in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. These well-struck examples are often preferred by collectors because they showcase the design exactly as intended by the engraver. When combined with strong luster and minimal marks, such coins become candidates for premium grades. Luster is another critical characteristic. Original mint luster refers to the bright cartwheel effect that rotates across the surface when a coin is tilted under light. Many circulated coins lose this feature over time. A 1985 quarter retaining full original luster after decades is considerably more desirable than a dull example. Advanced collectors often spend years searching for coins with exceptional eye appeal because visual attractiveness can strongly influence market demand. Error coins represent one of the most exciting areas of collecting. A dramatic off-center strike from 1985 may be worth many times its face value. Depending on the percentage off-center and overall condition, values can range from tens of dollars to several $100s. Collectors especially like examples where the date remains visible because the year can still be identified while the error remains dramatic. Broad strike errors are another fascinating category. These occur when the retaining collar fails during striking, allowing the coin to expand beyond its normal dimensions. The result is a coin that appears wider and flatter than usual. Because broad strikes are genuine mint-made mistakes, they often attract specialists who focus exclusively on error coinage. Die cracks can also appear on 1985 quarters. Over time, minting dies experience tremendous pressure. Small fractures may develop in the die's surface and transfer raised lines onto the coins being struck. While minor cracks are relatively common, major die breaks can become highly collectible. Some advanced collectors specifically seek unusual die states because they provide insight into the minting process. Among the most desirable discoveries are wrong planchet errors. These occur when a quarter design is accidentally struck on a blank intended for another denomination. Such mistakes are extremely rare because multiple safeguards exist within the minting process. When genuine examples surface, they can command substantial prices due to their rarity and uniqueness. Auction records demonstrate how dramatically values can increase for extraordinary specimens. While most 1985 quarters remain worth only face value in circulation, elite examples certified in superb mint state grades have sold for impressive amounts. High-grade coins with outstanding preservation, strong strikes, and attractive surfaces can realize hundreds of dollars. The finest known examples may exceed expectations because registry set collectors compete aggressively whenever top population coins become available. Proof quarters from San Francisco offer another collecting opportunity. Although proof coins were carefully preserved by collectors, perfection remains surprisingly difficult to achieve. Tiny imperfections can reduce a coin's grade significantly. Deep cameo proof examples displaying strong contrast between frosted devices and mirrored fields are especially desirable. Premium quality proofs frequently sell for more than ordinary proof specimens because visual appeal plays such a major role in collector demand. The market value of a standard circulated 1985 quarter is usually around its face value of 25 cents. Better circulated examples may sell for modest premiums. Uncirculated coins often range from a few dollars to several dozen dollars depending on quality. Certified high-grade examples can reach much higher levels. Certain auction appearances have demonstrated that the finest certified specimens may achieve values far beyond what most people would imagine for a modern quarter. Many online articles and videos occasionally claim extraordinary values for specific 1985 quarters. While some examples genuinely sell for impressive amounts, collectors should always verify such claims through actual auction records and professional grading data. A common misunderstanding is that every 1985 quarter is automatically valuable. In reality, value depends heavily on condition, rarity, certification, and the presence of unusual characteristics. One reason collectors remain fascinated by the 1985 quarter is its accessibility. Unlike many rare coins that require large investments, 1985 quarters can still be found in collections, coin rolls, and inherited accumulations. This creates the exciting possibility that someone could discover a premium example without spending a fortune. Stories of collectors finding valuable coins in ordinary places continue to inspire newcomers entering the hobby. The historical context also adds to the coin's appeal. In 1985, the United States was experiencing technological growth, cultural change, and economic development. The quarter served as a silent witness to everyday American life. Millions of these coins passed through countless hands, participating in daily commerce across the nation. Today, each surviving coin represents a small artifact from that era. For collectors building a Washington quarter set, the 1985 issue occupies an important place within the long-running series. Although not considered a key date in the traditional sense, locating exceptional examples remains challenging. This balance between availability and condition rarity makes the coin particularly interesting from a numismatic perspective. Experts often recommend examining every 1985 quarter carefully under proper lighting. Look for strong luster, sharp details, unusual strike characteristics, and any evidence of mint errors. Even seemingly minor differences can influence values significantly. Using a magnifying glass or coin loupe may reveal features that are difficult to see with the naked eye. The legacy of the 1985 Washington quarter proves that value in coin collecting is not determined solely by age or precious metal content. Condition, rarity, demand, historical significance, and unique minting characteristics all contribute to a coin's desirability. A quarter originally worth just 25 cents can become a prized collectible when the right combination of factors comes together. And perhaps that is what makes coin collecting so captivating. Every coin carries a story. The 1985 Washington quarter began its journey as a simple piece of everyday currency, yet decades later it continues to attract attention from collectors, historians, investors, and treasure hunters. Some examples remain ordinary pocket change, while others have achieved remarkable values because of exceptional preservation or rare minting mistakes. Hidden within old jars, family collections, bank rolls, and forgotten drawers may still be undiscovered treasures waiting to be found. The next time you come across a 1985 quarter, take a closer look. What appears to be just another coin could actually be a fascinating piece of American history, a sought-after collector's item, or even a surprisingly valuable rarity worth far more than its face value. That possibility is what keeps collectors searching, learning, and dreaming with every coin they examine.